We have a replay here. I believe it's from Hippie Hunter. I believe Game 3 so far does not tell you who each player is in the little thing. But we have Slaanesh versus Kislev. And I have been noticing a good amount of War Bears being used against Slaanesh. Good mass. Stops a lot of their chariots if they wanted to bring them, though they're currently bugged, so I don't think a lot of people would bring the chariots. Mass is never bad. Takes out a lot of their light cavalry. The 95 armor can be a little hard for some of these Hellstriders to deal with. They have anti-large, but they don't have great armor piercing values. Also, Kislev is bringing a couple light war sleds. I have not used them a ton in land battles yet. I've used them in campaign, though, and they do a lot more work than I would have thought. Those are some really good chariots. Aside from that, we have Kostaltyn again, the Frostmaid of Ice. She's very popular, it would seem. Personally, I prefer Tempest, but we do have Ice Sheet and Heart of Winter. In the back, we have a couple Kossars, one spear version. And in the front, we have Armored Kossars, a mix of great weapons and not. For Slaanesh, Seekers, Hellstriders, some Marauders of Slaanesh with spears way in the back. And in the front, we have Hell Scourger Marauders, Demonettes of Slaanesh mixed throughout. For Lord, Exalted Keeper of Secrets of Shadows with, I'm imagining, Pendulum. Looks like Pendulum and something else, but... Ballet of Blows, that's an ability, it's not actually a different spell. And in the back, we did have a vanguard of triple Chaos Furies of Slaanesh. They're diving in. Problem with Furies against Kislev is all Kislev units are hybrid, so the Kossars aren't even going to take that much damage before the Warbears and Hero Squad come in and immediately just delete off these Harpies. That is a lot of gold to lose off the map this quickly. That'll be a big boon to Kislev. You can see they're quite ahead on the balance of power, though Pendulum is coming in to even the odds. Beautiful hit onto two different infantry units. Takes out a lot of the Armored Korsar's front line, and one of them even props their Unbreakable passive. Now the Seekers of Slaanesh are hitting the light war sleds. They are going to rampage them. It looks like Fascination was cast, causing them to rampage, not run away. And that's good use of these little Hellstriders and Seekers and whatnot. Tracking down the chariots, staying away from the Warbears for now, and the Warbears are starting to pile over, and they should win the cav fights. Now I say that, they take kind of a nasty charge. We'll have to see. Bad time to be these light war sleds, though. Getting Rampage now fighting Exalted Keeper of Secrets is not a great time. How is Slaanesh doing? A little bit of infantry blobbing on the front line. They will want to separate out their forces a little bit more. I miss my paint tools. I miss them so much, but they want to wrap around the sides. Another good Pendulum, though. Might clear out these Armored Korsars, send them into... Oh, it got cancelled. If that would have hit, it would have probably sent them into an Unbreakable passive, putting a timer on their existence in this game. There's the Pendulum, and got him. One more Unbreakable passive popped. These guys already used theirs, so they could actually break at any moment. Kostaltyn is chasing around the Exalted Keeper of Secrets. He does magic damage, which is very good against demons, since they usually have physical resist of some kind. The Bears are still fine. As we mentioned at the start of the game, the Bears are really hard to take out for Slaanesh. They do some pretty good work. Light war sleds, one's running away, one's doing just fine. How many models do you have? 3 out of 4. Not bad at all. And a Heart of Winter is getting cast over here. It's kind of like a weird Final Transmutation type spell. The longer you stay in it, the more damage you take. Slaanesh is behind on the balance of power. What do they have left? Some mid-tier infantry, some low-tier infantry, and their Exalted Keeper of Secrets. And that's about it, unless I'm missing something. For Kislev, we still have a very healthy caster, very healthy Kostaltyn, one super-duper injured Warbear. Wasn't there a healthier one somewhere? I guess they got wrecked while I wasn't looking. Huh. Some Kossars, but they mostly don't matter. There it is! It's just mixed in with Kostaltyn. Okay, so that very healthy Warbear is a lot of their balance of power. Another Rampage is cast onto the light war sleds, stopping them from cycle charging as they want to, and the Exalted Keeper of Secrets is going to get on top of them. Once again, I don't know, I'm nervous though. I don't think Slaanesh really has stopping power left in this fight. They have some super wounded Demonettes and an Exalted Keeper. Marauders are just chaff infantry, they don't matter as much. Kislev is ahead on the balance of power, I tend to agree, trying to think. And Pendulums are going to stop being that useful because most of the power is in these low entity models like the Warbears, not as much in infantry. Exalted Keeper Secrets is going for a quick little gooning attempt onto the Frostbane device, getting a lot of hits in a row. With Seductive Glory, her melee defense is only 6, and she is Rampage, not able to move. Now, currently, the Exalted Keeper Secrets was having a hard time swinging. Suddenly swings again, does more damage to that Ice Lady. As Kostaltyn hits him in the side, it's going to go very poorly for that Exalted Keeper. The Warbears are not enjoying their time sitting in these Marauder Spears. Not at all. Not one bit. Ooh, and a double Pendulum coming back in. Could that be their way into the game? Boom! It's a ton of damage onto those Kossars. If they haven't popped their Unbreakable passive yet, it'll probably go off now. And Slaanesh is back to the middle of Balance of Power as the Frostbane of Ice is about to flee. Most likely. The last Warbear is running away with their Unbreakable passive popped. Probably wanted to stay and fight during that if they're just going to break anyway as soon as it wears off, but we will see. Exalted Keeper is doing work in here. What's your value at? 3,400. That sounds about right. Unbreakable will wear off for the Frostbane of Ice soon, and they seem to have really bad leadership without that passive. I've noticed a lot of my Kislev mages run away quite quickly. It's over, and she is terrified. Time to run. Another passive popped, and Kostaltyn is in here trying to fight, but he's surrounded by Marauders, Demonettes, and an Exalted Keeper of Secrets. He's not enjoying that very much. Bears are kind of tanky, but they don't love sitting in the middle of chaff, like most large entities don't. Ice Witch is back. A bunch of Kislevites are back. With their hybrid ranged weapons, they all can provide a little bit of value from the range. Doing what they can. The double bear heroes are back in here fighting against the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, who is kind of kicking their ass 1v2. Kostaltyn's passive is finally popped. Seductive Glory back on the Frostbane device, rampaging her again. Now remember, she does not have her Unbreakable passive anymore, so if she gets hit like one more time, she will just naturally break. But Kostaltyn is putting in the work on the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, and it is down from the combined ranged fire. Once again, the balance of power goes back to Kislev, and they will be in the bump and grind once more. I think this is over. I'm going to fast forward a little bit as we boop boop kadoopa-doop, boop boop kadoopa-doop. Kostaltyn's trying to kill off these Marauders. Yeah, there's no real good infantry left here. Maybe surrounding Kostaltyn and spears could take him down, though with an Ice Witch nearby, I kind of doubt it. If she has any mana at all, she could maybe cast another Heart of Winter. Because what does she cast this game? Unless there's just been a whole bunch of these little slows, the ice sheets that I haven't noticed. She should have enough mana for another big old Heart of Winter. Charges back in. She is going to get broken. Getting healed up by Kostaltyn's little Selix Lullaby. And he is healing himself up. He's also healing these Armored Kossars. And that will be the end of Slaanesh. Good scrap, good battle. Curious what the Warbears got. 900, 1,100. Yeah, okay, I think they're more expensive than that, which is not great for them. Sleds both got 750. Infantry mixed values, but actually pretty good overall. That's nice. Ice Lady got 1,100, and Kostaltyn himself got 1,400. Exalted Keeper of Secrets, 4,800 value. Everything else trailing very far behind that. Some of the Marauders doing okay. The Furies were just did not have a place to go, unfortunately. They had nothing to fight. Okay, that was the replay. If you want yours cast, there's probably a link in the description below if I remember to do that. Go in there, put your replay in the Replays for Human, and I will probably cast it. Probably.